Hello, and welcome back to is it the fourth? The fourth?
Yes, I believe
Fourth
so.
Indie Spectrum. My co-host today is, as always, Josh from the Gaming FTL. I'm waving my arms about like you're in the room with me, but
I wish I was in the room with you, because I want to stare at you waving your arms around.
okay. And to my virtual right is Fedora Gaming. Hello, Fedora Gaming. I don't know your name, but Fedora.
Fedora
Gamer.
Gamer.
Oh, dear. What a faux pas. You got his name wrong already.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm going to die. Okay, Fedora Gamer.
Yep, I am Fedora Gamer. Indie game YouTuber, and I am right now surrounded by British people.
Yes,
we're
quite.
awesome.
I feel that I'm not British enough to be on
I
this
don't
podcast.
know. We've had a Canadian on so far.
I think I need tea and biscuits and a
Well,
top
I
hat
mean,
to be here.
If you have those things, please do go and get them, because it'll complete the experience.
And then webcam us.
I only have
I'd love to see
fedoras,
it.
so
It would be awesome.
It would be good.
I just love it. Okay, so we normally start off the podcast with telling people what we've been playing this week. So, Fedora, as you're new, what have you been playing this week?
no indie games. I'm a scumbag. Like I've been playing Shadow Warrior. I picked it up during the Steam summer sales and started playing it. It's pretty wonderful. It's a lot longer than I expected, actually, for its price point. My phone's vibrating. Sorry about
It's
that.
a good sound. It sounds nice.
Yeah, but I've been playing a lot of that. I was trying to beat it last night, and then it's like 4 a.m. It's like, God damn it, I need to go to sleep. I'm not going to beat this tonight. So I'm at the point where, like, is it over yet? Not that it's bad or anything. It's just like, I want to see the ending. I'm really surprised. I'm actually very interested by the story. I was thinking it was going to be throwaway story, just old school FPS action. But no, I find the story to be rather interesting, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
So, is that the remake?
Yes, the remake.
Cool.
Well, the new. It's not a remake. It doesn't follow the old game's story or anything. I don't know if the old game had much story, but it's used as the same name. I hate that trend of renaming new games of the original game's name, and it's confusing as hell.
Yeah, when they go, this is nothing like the old one, but we're going to call it the old one anyway.
My God, that game's secrets. It has tons of secrets. It goes back to the whole hidden secret things
Doom
of
and stuff. Just looking around for
yeah.
wall panels that slide down and give you extra health and stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah, and some of them are really obvious and easy to find, and some of them are hard to find. I've spent a lot of time in levels just like combing the entire level for secrets. Finished the level and 5 of 11 secrets found. God damn it, game! You hide them very well. Some of the secrets are very, very humorous, classic throwbacks. Like you'll just open a door and bam, you'll go into an area that has really low res old textures that are from the original Shadow Warrior
really?
game. You end up in an area. Yeah, it's hilarious.
Sweet.
It's
Like a video game
nostalgia
time machine.
bomb. Yep.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I found 3 of those in the game so far. Like, bam, you end up in the old dark forest from the original game, where it's just walls that have terrible wood texture put on it, and they're supposed to be trees.
Yes, this giant cube over here, that's a tree. Just deal with
Yes.
And the other cube next to you is a rock. They look identical, just go with it.
it. Exactly.
I love that kind of... It doesn't take itself seriously, that's for sure. I mean, the main character's name is Lo Wang.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah, okay.
Woohoo! And the puns are everywhere in that game.
Good.
Like, he has a secret entrance to his underground cave where he keeps all his cool stuff that has a sign that says "Beware of Wang."
Is it the Wang Cave?
The Wang.
Yes, it is a Wang cave. I think they made that joke, actually.
Good.
Not sure.
It's good to know that I am at the same level as rubbish punny game developers with my humour.
With humour.
Yeah,
The Wang Cave.
I do love Wang.
Okay. I'm so going to take that out of context and tweet that.
Oh, that would be...
And that's your quote for this year.
I only get one quote per year.
Only one.
Yeah, well, yes.
That's fair enough. I mean,
I'm going to tweet this right now, actually.
if it is going to be one quote a year, it should be something with Wang in it. It's just a good word.
We see out of our podcast, 2 out of the 4 podcasts we've done have mentioned Wangs somehow.
Really?
Yeah, the first one did, and now this one. It's going well.
Fair enough.
He loves Wang. He just said it, so.
Oh God. Okay.
Otherwise, I've only been playing a little bit of stuff to, get prepared to make a video of.
Oh, fair enough.
The Dungeoning, I played a little bit of that yesterday. Probably make a video of it today or tomorrow.
Nice.
It's a great name. It's the Dungeoning. It's an action platformer roguelike, kind of in the vein of Rogue Legacy,
Oh,
okay. Cool. I do
Nice.
like.
I see.
but without the persistent progression. It's more traditional roguelike with permadeath and no kind of persistent progression. You die, you start over every time. But it's got more RPG elements in it than most action roguelikes. So it's a lot of fun, actually. I'm quite enjoying it.
Oh, cool.
The thing
And it's
is,
got a great
I don't know
name.
if you guys have had this the same feeling, but I just hear the words action platformer roguelike, and my eyes glaze over, my brain shuts down. I'm like, just I don't know. I'm getting swamped by them at the moment, like roguelikes and platformers, and
Yeah, there are a lot out there. There are a lot of the same game that seem to be at the moment.
I don't know that many platformer roguelikes. I mean, Catacomb Kids is in development.
yeah.
And there's the Dungeoning and then Rogue Legacy. And I can't really think of any others. Well, I guess there's Spelunky, but...
Would you say Risk of Rain was one?
yeah, I'd count.
Oh, well, yeah, good point.
I think.
But it's not so much platforming. The platforming is actually really minor in that
Yeah,
game.
there are
Yeah.
platforms in it. I don't know. I'd count that, but yeah, I know what you mean. I think it's just kind of like a genre fatigue of
A lot of
it's hard to
action
explain.
platformers
Yeah,
seem to have come out at the exact same time and gone, look at us, we're all awesome, and then they've gone, we're all
Oh.
different somehow.
yeah. I mean,
At least it's not puzzle platformers.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I can't get enough of those. I think it's a personal kind of
Thing.
level of what I can take, but
Yeah,
puzzle
fair enough.
platforms.
A puzzle platformer has to be really good for me to enjoy it, not just
Yeah, that
one gimmick mechanic.
definitely,
Like
definitely.
Portal or Portal 2.
Portal.
Yes.
I love those
Closely followed by Cube, Qube. That I played that soon after replaying Portal 1, and it just didn't kind of stand up to that kind of level, and I was disappointed. Maybe
games.
unreasonably so, but it didn't kind of grab me, and I just kind of forced my way through it just to review it.
Oh,
But,
fair
yeah,
enough.
I mean, it was an alright game, just not amazing as a puzzle platformer.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Josh, what have you been playing this week?
This week, I have been playing a lot of Rust, and I don't know if anyone's...
I've
been-
heard of it, but I haven't had time to play it. And
That's-
not
I
the
want
money.
that game, but I'm
It does...
too poor to keep buying games.
Yeah, it does require some time to get into. That's one of the problems I have with it. I'm not sure whether I like it yet. So for the moment, I'm just kind of using it as a fun thing to do with friends of an evening while I wait for DayZ to be good. And
Yeah, at the moment you're going to be waiting a long time for that. You do know this.
I don't know. I enjoyed the mod. Probably a bit more than I'm enjoying Rust at the moment. But I persevere because all of my mates are playing it. Like
Yeah.
in the evenings we get together and we mess around.
Well, I
build a
mean,
house.
it's #1 selling game on Steam, so it has to be good, right?
I would say, yeah. This is kind of hard to go into, but there was so much hype about the DayZ mod, and it was so crazy. And then they went, "Oh, we're going to release its standalone game," and everyone thought it was going to be so much better than
It's exactly the same.
the mod. So everyone bought it.
Well, it looks better, but I heard it's just as buggy as the
Yeah,
mod, so
and
pretty
in
much.
its current state.
It is pretty much the mod.
I mean, that's one of the things I want to talk to you guys about later. Early access is just kind of
Going crazy.
wearing me down. Rust. Actually, Rust as a game is alright. It all works fine most of the time. And
That's a common topic for lately is early access.
Well, that's the
talking
thing.
about
Total
early
Biscuit
access.
brought it up, and I was like,
Jim Sterling
yeah, Jim,
too.
That's what kind of brought it on, wasn't it? But
Yep.
Fair enough.
yeah. I'll ask that to you later.
Cool.
I'm actually going to discuss that on my podcast later today as well.
Yes,
It's
the
all
randomly
going on.
generated podcast.
It's all going on.
Yep.
Yeah, so what I've been playing, I finally finished Risk of Rain on the easiest level. Took
Oh,
me
yeah.
forever.
Casual scum.
Well, tonight, it was like, this is the first day I've literally had off because I've had exams. So I was sat there and I was like, right, I'm gonna complete this game. And I hadn't unlocked one character beforehand, and by the time I'd finished, I'd unlocked 5 new characters, and I was like, I am God, and I haven't touched it since because I'm scared that if I go into medium, I'll just be like, this was too hard, because I
Yeah.
couldn't get.
I've beat it a few times on medium. I need to play it some more because I want to unlock everything, but I haven't got around to doing
The
that.
only one I want is the monkey. As soon as I get the monkey, I'll be happy.
The monkey?
The
There's
monkey.
Oh, do you mean...
The monkey character.
There's not a monkey, there's what's
gorilla thing.
acid spitting thing.
Arcrid,
Acrid, yeah.
I think.
I want
Acrid.
him.
Yeah, he's more of a kind of a lizardy
Yeah,
thing.
he's
Oh,
like
is he?
some mutant
I just
with a ball
Yeah.
and chain around him, and he spits acid and beats people up. I don't like him because he's really hard as a melee
He's
character.
tough to play.
That's one of the things in those games. You got to stay away from everything because most of the enemies
Yeah.
are melee.
well, I've been playing that.
Yeah, I played it.
And I also started today playing the Novelist, which I've been waiting to play for ages, but I haven't been round to because I've been playing other games and I've had exams and stuff. But I
hear it's a good not game.
I like it. I like just kind of the puzzle. I like the thing that it might branch out to different endings, and I want to make everyone happy in the game, but it's very hard to make everyone happy. It's kind of like Papers, Please, but on a very dumbed down
Yeah.
level. There are only 3 people to...
Could you explain that game to me? Because from what I've seen of it so far, it's just you follow around a depressed writer, and you're kind of like a floating
Yeah.
ghosty person.
Okay,
What can you do to these people?
you are a ghost in this game.
You are literally a ghost.
You're a ghost that has been haunting this house, but you're not an evil ghost. You're a friendly ghost that want to help the family that have just moved there for the summer sort out their problems. So you have to read their thoughts. You read the family's thoughts. There are 3 people: the dad, that's a novelist, the mum, who is an artist, and their relationship is failing, and the son that wants to just play with his dad all the time. You read their thoughts, and then you have to find clues around the house to kind of, I don't know how to say it, to fix their day. So you have to, like, the mum might want to sit with the dad and watch a film and have some popcorn or something, and you can either make her day happy, or you can make his day happy by writing his novel, or you can make the son's day happy by playing games with him. And then in his sleep, you have to whisper in his ear which one you'd like him to do, and then
that's
the
creepy.
game kind of evolves around that. But there are 2 modes. There is a story mode, which is absolutely rubbish. Don't
Oh,
play
really?
the story mode,
Oh,
because the story mode is you are the ghost, but you cannot be seen. You cannot be seen, so it's useless. You are basically just following the story. But the stealth part of the game, there is a stealth mode, which you can be seen in, and cuts off parts of the storyline. So you have to be sneaky in that. And if it cuts off parts of the storyline, it changes the story in the future as well.
Okay,
So I would go with that. So that's what I've been playing.
awesome. You seem to have a really good grasp of this game.
I like
I
it.
might have to have a
Yeah.
look at that.
I really like the game.
It's like a life simulator. You're trying to balance him trying to finish his book so, he doesn't fail at his career, and work on the marriage because their marriage is rocky, and then your kid wants to spend time with you too, and you're forced to every day, or I guess it's week or whatever, you have to decide between those three, but you also have a choice of a compromise where you kind of half-ass two of those categories, but one of them's always left out in the cold. You're always going to upset somebody, either yourself because you're not working on your book, or your wife because you're not spending time with her, or your kid because you're not spending time with them. So you can choose to go with just one or compromise between two of them, but you cannot make all three happy, and that's how the story progresses. And it's kind of hits home with trying to, balance life kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that does sound pretty realistic, and
I like
there's not
it.
enough time for everything. But that ghost, the NSA must want to get their hands on that kind of ghost.
It would
Whisper
be
in
an
people's
awesome
ears,
ghost.
read their minds.
Yep, Obama has
Best
his.
spy ghost.
Obama has that ghost locked up somewhere, trying to sort out his mind. Why did I mention that?
You saying Obama has mind problems?
Probably.
God damn it, Obama.
Damn you, Obama.
Anyway.
All right, let's not get
Let's not get there.
political.
Let's stop this conversation.
That never ends well.
Yep. Okay. So, are we going to mention any news that's gone on? Particularly, I want to go on, has anyone played that game? That game that's come out quite early on early access.
That's vague.
Early access. I can't remember its game. What's it called?
Early access,
The one that
the game.
everyone seems to be playing was made by Double Fine.
Oh, Broken Age.
Broken
No,
Age.
Double
the
Fine
Broken
made
Age.
it.
The fucking Double Fine people have not sent me my key. I backed the Kickstarter, and they're like, "Oh, we don't have any record of you paying us money." And I'm like, "Well, I have like 5 different receipts here, and I've definitely got it on my Kickstarter." And no, they haven't sent me my key. And so I've contacted both Humble and Double Fine, and only Humble have gotten back to me.
Oh,
So yeah,
Oh,
that's
nice.
my
I
rant
understand the logistics of Kickstarter is a nightmare, and things fall through the crack.
Yeah.
So I hope it gets sorted out, though.
yeah, they
Over. Yeah, I
don't
really
seem
want to
to.
play it.
They don't seem to kind of follow up some of the stuff they want to do. I've backed quite a few games, but they're not going to come out until ages because I've backed like Hearthstone.
Yeah, Hearthstone. Wait, is that the
No.
CCG from Blizzard?
No, not
Hearthstone.
that one. Hearthstone. It was kind of. It looked like Cube, but Cube World, but kind of rolled like. I don't know how to explain it.
It doesn't ring a bell.
Okay.
Me neither, and I pay attention to Kickstarter a lot since I do a video series based on Kickstarter games.
Ah. I'll find it to you and I'll send it to you.
Oh, have you backed that
Is
recently?
it still running?
Yeah. Oh God.
Oh, if it's something good, I'll cover it, because if they have something playable.
Okay. So, carry on. I'll try and find it and.
But yeah, since I do a series on Kickstarter, I've backed a lot of Kickstarters.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I back every Kickstarter I cover cover, not for a lot because I
there's a
I
lot
can't
of them.
afford to,
Yeah.
but yeah, exactly. I've covered quite a few, but I do back every single one.
That's pretty
So
awesome.
I have a large back history.
Yeah, that's cool.
So,
Yeah.
any other
Broken Age.
news?
Has anyone played Broken Age?
No.
I
I
have.
How
want
do you-
to.
How do you feel about the idea of Double Fine having to split it into 2 kind of acts?
It's kind of annoying. I was.
Double Fine dropped the ball. They got super funded, and then their scope expanded because they're like, "Oh, we have all this money," and then they ran out of money. And Double Fine's a perfect example of what not to do with Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Well,
But
it happens. It does. I mean,
happens,
there's a Kickstarter
ooh-yah.
back called Code. something.
unfortunately, it gives Kickstarters a bad light because of all the problems one of the biggest games and companies in the spotlight has ran into, when there are plenty of great successes from Kickstarter. And unfortunately, in the gaming news, you only hear about the failures and the problems. I really dislike that.
I agree entirely that they dropped the ball. They shouldn't have had eyes bigger than their stomach kind of thing. But they have put out something. It may only be half the game that they want it to be, but there is something there, and I mean they've still made the promise to finish it. Out of their pocket. So at least they're not just kind of saying, "Oh well, we tried," and then just kind of cutting off the game. I can't remember what that bloody shooter game was. That
I heard about that. I don't remember the name of it.
They were like, "Oh, we've run out of money. Here's the game."
Abrupt
Oh
ending.
yeah, they completely just didn't do the ending, and then they were like, "Oh no, wait, we're going to turn it into a series." Yeah,
episodic.
it's like,
At least they're not doing
I don't like the
that. I mean,
whole
good guy, Double Fine for actually finishing what they start.
Yeah,
And I am looking
I don't
forward
like
to
that they're splitting it like that, but if that's what's required for the game to actually get finished, rather than it just becoming vaporware,
Yeah.
then that's what needs to be done, and I can't really argue with that fact. That's better than the game becoming vaporware and every Kickstarter backer being screwed.
Exactly. Yeah, and I mean they've been pretty good with the whole the updates. I've received all sorts of emails from Kickstarter saying, "Oh, we're up to this point, and that sort of stuff." They've also got the what are they called? 2-player productions, following them around and making a documentary of them making the Double Fine adventure.
yeah.
That
I didn't know
series
about that.
is absolutely amazing. It's really cool to watch. Just seeing what they get up to, how the process is happening, that sort of thing is really, really awesome. I love that.
Cool.
Yeah.
It would be. I've always wondered what it would be like to make a game. I would never be any good at it. So.
Making games is easy. Making good games is hard. And I imagine it's 10 times as true when you're in a massive, well, not even massive, in a studio like Double Fine.
Yeah. So, I think there's not much else in the. Is there anything else that anyone would like to talk about?
Well, I was gonna start up the words have escaped me. Early access.
Early access discussion.
Thank you very much. Words, derp. Early access. So, you guys.
It's a big topic.
Exactly.
It's a hot topic lately.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of things. It basically started off with Minecraft and then Project Zomboid. People paying like a small amount. I think I paid £5 for Project Zomboid when it first came out, as kind of a beta backer.
Whatever that
thing.
is in real money, I have no idea.
The £5 are real money, honest. I mean, that's probably like $9 or something. Yeah, and I paid about 10, 15 quid for Minecraft when that came out. And
Yeah.
I was very happy doing that, and I think what people are having a problem with now is that Steam, the largest purveyor of videoed games on the internet, and life and stuff, is now making that into an entire storefront where people can go in, pay anything from like $5 to $40, some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of money
See-
for an incomplete game where people.
I liked.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, I cut you off then.
No, go ahead.
I like early access for certain types of game. Minecraft, they are always going to be adding to. They don't seem to ever going to stop. And if they were going to ever wait until Minecraft was completely finished, we wouldn't have it now. So
it's kind of like feature creep.
Yeah, it works in those kind of games, like Prison Architect, I think, is another game it would work on, just because they can.
Well, that's basically what they did, except kind of cutting out the middleman.
Yeah, they're always adding things to that, always changing things. But for games that are gonna
Like a very static single player experience type of game.
A game that's gonna get a static single player, that's going to get these kind of things, going to get definite like kind of features, and then just going to stick with those features for the whole thing, I think they shouldn't be able to go into the early access kind of phase, if that makes any sense.
So, sorry, I didn't kind of expect this kind of answer. So you're saying that early access works for, obviously, incomplete games, but only ones that don't have a definite
that don't have like a definite
where they finish.
Definite single player game where this is the storyline, kind of like Broken Age at the moment. This is a storyline. You have to follow this storyline, and then the game finishes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you're saying games that don't have a definitive end.
I don't think they work.
As Prison Architect, you can keep playing forever building stuff, and Minecraft's all about the building.
Yeah.
So things that aren't linear with a definitive end.
Yeah.
I see that. Yeah.
I get what you mean, actually. I don't have so much of a problem with that, to be honest. I mean, I understand that you wouldn't want to play a narrative-based game like if you played Broken Age while it was in alpha. I mean, the whole way through, you'd get the story, and then you probably have no reason to play it again. Yeah, that actually makes a lot more sense than I thought it did originally.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's good. Fedora.
My opinion on early access, people whine about it too much. That's my opinion on it.
Fair enough.
The baseline of this is, like, the bottom line is, you know what you're buying.
Yeah.
It's your choice to spend the money on it.
Yes.
I mean, there's plenty. I get a lot of early access games because I do a video series based on in development games. Granted, most of them are sent to me for free, but still, you know what you're getting. You know you're buying into an incomplete game. That is your constant choice. You have no room to whine about anything about it. And if you're doing it, you should be doing it to support the developer. That's the main reason you would do it, not because you think it makes you a badass to play the games early. I personally love playing games that are in development and watching them shape up, but I do agree that a lot of games, some games don't really fit the bill, that things that are linear and have a definitive end.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's mostly...
I never thought about it that way, but
yeah,
certain games like that, just it makes no sense to me, because if you're going to play it and see the ending, then there's no point in playing it anymore.
I like Starbound, and I did give DayZ kind of a hit at the start, but those games kind of work. I don't mind DayZ. DayZ's a fine game. It's not going to have like a definitive end, so I'm never going to see
sandbox type.
I'm gonna. It's not going to be the thing with games that have definitive ends. You're going to see the end. With me anyway, because I'm kind of lazy. I get through a game and then think I'm not really going to play the single player again. So if I'm going to play through a single player, I would like to see the end when it's finished, when it's completely finished. That means...
The exception I'd give to that is roguelike type games, like Binding of Isaac type games. They do have a definitive end, but the random generation...
You definitely want to go back and play.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's a different experience every time.
Like Our Darker Purpose would be a good one that I've been playing since the alpha, and as it continues on, I still play it considerably. So, which is quite a bit like Binding of Isaac, with a better art style and more RPG mechanics. If you don't know what Our Darker Purpose is, if you don't know what Our Darker Purpose is, you should look it up because it's amazing.
Oh, cool. So that's my kind of take of it. I like early access games, but there just seems to be too many kind of being said, we're putting our game out now, and they don't seem to be this more linear, if that it doesn't make any sense, but everyone got my point
I think
across.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, people are saying there's too many, but whose place is it to tell someone that they're allowed to and this other person's not allowed to do this?
Yeah.
If one person's allowed to, anyone should be able to. So, unfortunately, there's no fair way saying that
I think
you shouldn't be doing this.
I think any intelligent designer and developer can tell whether their game is suitable for that kind of ongoing gameplay and something that, you know, is worth playing when it's not finished. You have to kind of trust that the developer's going to think that, and then you've got to trust them enough to give them money for it.
And then expect them to actually finish it.
Yeah, and if you feel comfortable
Let's
doing
be
that,
honest.
I think it's perfectly fine. You just got to know what you're getting into. Which probably, I think there should be a lot more, you know, giant, big letters saying, "Oi, dummy, this isn't done yet. This is what's wrong. Maybe you should wait until it's finished." So you don't
Definitely
complain about bugs.
something everyone should keep in mind when buying early access games is there's no guarantee that game will ever be finished or even playable when you buy it. It's a gamble. It's your choice to gamble, but I do agree that the developers on early access should be more upfront with information about what's in the game, what's not yet in the game, their development plan, a roadmap kind of thing.
Yeah.
A lot of games need that better, and like there's some really bad examples of early access, like that DayZ ripoff, Warzy.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
One of the strange things is that I've kind of been bitten. I feel I've been bitten by Rust in the fact that I paid for it in early access and thing. All my friends are playing it. I was like, oh yeah, sure, this will be fine. It's not that much money. Sometimes I really, really have not enjoyed myself, and it's not because the game is broken. Occasionally you get a bit of lag. The bit that it's one of those things in games that just kind of makes you furious, makes you rage quit. The players. No one in that game plays it like they do DayZ. It's like you run across a naked man with literally nothing on him, and instead of, say, I mean, it doesn't always happen, but in DayZ, normally you go, hey, what's up? Do you want some food? Or, you know, you try and take them prisoner or something fun like that. No, this one, in Rust, people just kind of blast you in the head and steal your rock that you stole.
See, that's what I heard happened all the time in DayZ as well. But DayZ, just another player instantly would just always try to kill you.
Well, it only happened occasionally, and you kind of learn where it would happen. It was like in the big cities and stuff. People tended to snipe, you know, sit around and snipe noobs as they came off the beach, sort of thing. But occasionally you'd run into someone, and it'd be difficult to tell whether they were a bandit or not. But, you know, normally you could tell by whether they were shooting at you or not, and how close you got to them. But, I don't know, the community in Rust just kind of, they actually made me rage quit, and that's not easily done, basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And maybe go to less populated servers, it would be less of a problem.
Yeah, we've moved server a couple of times just so we can, you know, get a good head start, build a base, make some technology and run around killing zombies, that sort of stuff. It's good fun.
Anyway, back to early access. One of the things a lot of people are complaining about is that it's extremely prominent on the new releases on the Steam page. So I do agree there should be a way to filter those out.
Yeah.
If you're like only full releases on the front page, you can just click a button and remove early access for the people that want to do that kind of thing.
Or like Greenlight.
I do agree that needs to be.
On the front page, Greenlight is just like somewhere down the bottom, a big green banner saying, these are the games that want to come on Steam, go vote for them if you like them. Or, I mean, you could apply that to early access pretty easily. These are the games that aren't finished yet. Have a look at them, see if they're worth your time, and maybe buy them.
Yeah.
Something that could work.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think they shouldn't be like, I can't remember, they shouldn't be like a massive thing. It shouldn't be like, whoa, this is out, but it's early access. You should, if you want this game, you should have to look for it. Kind of.
Yeah, and I mean, it wouldn't be too difficult to get press for these things.
No.
If it's any fun, then people will write about it and make videos and stuff.
Or it'll just be in the top 10, like the top 10 sellers on Steam is dominated by early access games right now.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Which people are quoting as a bad thing, but if people want your game, they want your game. That's
true,
not a
yeah.
bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. I think.
I think we'll come to an end.
Yeah, that was
Indeed.
an actual conversation this time. It was amazing. It was a debate.
It's nice to have an intelligent conversation now and then. I don't get that very often.
No, especially around my
GG.
house, I don't.
Exactly.
They won't watch it. It's fine. So I think this is time to say goodbye. It was very nice for you to watch this podcast or listen to the podcast. Give it a thumbs up. It'll be awesome, and we'll catch you next time.
Go subscribe to all the people.
Yeah, go subscribe. Okay, wait, that's the thing. Fedora, where can they find you?
You can find me at youtube.com/Fedora Gamer with a 4 for the A in gamer, which is always really awkward to say out loud. So there'll be a link in the description, I'm sure. If not, I'll kick Josh in the junk.
Yeah,
But
that's a promise I will keep.
That's good incentive.
Josh, they're going to find you anyway because it's going to be on your channel, but
It is, yes.
where?
youtube.com/gamingftl.
And you can find me on the Snowy's Gaming channel. So we'll catch you next time.
Yeah.
bye-bye.
Wang.